So I'm Janset Aryutaa. Aryutaa is my historical surname. I'm Abkhazian originally. My father is Abkhaz, but I was born in Syria. My father as well, and my grandfather too. So, but since I was a child, I always was hearing stories about our motherland, Abkhazia, and that we are not from Syria, we are originally from Abkhazia. First, when we went to Syria, my great-great-father, they were 3 brothers in our family, like Aryutaa, and they were living in Jolan Hills. So most of Abkhaz and Cherkess from Chechen, all Muhajirs, they were first living there, because when they went to Syria, they lived there because the nature was so similar to their motherland. There was really nice green hills. In Syria, there's many different landscape. There's like sea and desert and green spaces, so they choose that place because it's like similar to their homeland. There were 3 brothers, and one of them was killed because it was not a safe situation to there, because there were always like several it's not war but conflicts, but because it was the beginning of doing the Republic in Abkhazia, in Syria, because it was first under Osmani Kingdom. Then my grandfather, he started to work with medicine. My family, they were working there in folk medicine. He wasn't like a doctor officially, but he used to do his own medicine and cream and so on. So he was like doing this, and a lot of my family members were doing that. From generation to generation, it was like doing this thing. And in the village that way we were living, it's all was Abkhazian, Cherkessian, Chechen. So someone like broke his leg or whatever, or someone who has allergia or someone, they were like healing those kind of cases. And our surname, because our surname, it was always hard to pronounce for Arabic or for in Turkey. So that's why we have two surname. So our Syrian surname, it became Al-Jarrah, that means chirurg. It's like his profession, what he's doing. So it became our family names. When I was born, I was also hearing this story about Abkhazia, because my father also, when he was like 25, he came before the Abkhazian-Georgian War. He came to Abkhazia with 2 brothers, and they were working in Achimshira. And then he decided to come back to Syria to get married and to come back here to create his small family. So in this time, the Abkhazian war has started, and he was in Syria, and 2 of my uncles were staying here, Farid, Riyadh, and they were fighting in the war, and we lost our older uncle, Farid, and my uncle Riyadh also, he was staying here in Abkhazia. After the war, my father, after he gets married and we was born there, he was always telling us about his time here in Abkhazia, his story, how he was like in Achimshira and then in Gagra, and he was always showing us photography of different places here in Abkhazia. And also I remember we had like kind of like small buckets, and in that there was like kind of postcards, and it was about the places in different here. Yeah, so I was always like looking to this picture and like the green tree and like blue sea, and I was like looking like, oh, it's so beautiful place for me. Yeah, and after that I was born in the capital of Syria, in Damascus. because there was a war in Helgoland. There was a war, and most of Abkhazian and Cherkessian, they moved to the capital in Damascus, and they start to live all together in one place. So we were going to a school, and the majority of the students were Cherkessian and Abkhazian, so we all know each other. We have a Friday and Saturday as a weekend in Syria, not like Saturday, Sunday as here.
Yeah.
So every Friday in summer, all Cherkessian and Abkhazian, they were going to that village that we used to live there, and they, like making activities, walking around, young girls and boys try to get know to each other. Every Friday, all Abkhazian and Cherkessian who live in Syria, they were going there to Al-Quneitra Jolan. So I remember it was really, so nice. Even if we are living in the capital in Damascus, and some of Abkhazian who live in different city, they get to know each other because they were always meeting at that village. And then when the Syrian civil war has started, we decided to move out, to come to Abkhazia. But I was always remembering, like my father said, when you will finish primary school, we will go to Abkhazia. Okay. When you will finish the night school, we will go. So we every time have, like after finishing this, we will move. That's, like deadline that something happened else, and we will come. And then he said, okay, when you will finish your college, maybe we will go. And then we decided, okay, this is the right time just to come back. And I came back here with not only my parents and brother, a lot, like also with my father's brother and sister.